Hi, I'm Dr. Nydia Darby, physical therapist, therapeutic yoga specialist, and the director of Nydia's Yoga Therapy Studio in San Antonio, Texas. I am pleased to introduce the work of Dr. Sarah Eads within the contents of this video. Dr. Eads is an important part of the Nydia's Yoga Therapy team of yoga educators. She presents a wealth of knowledge and understanding of the human physical functioning and its abilities within this yoga video. The practices in this video have been designed to encourage each individual to work at their own pace. Remember, it will be important to take time out to watch the video contents before you actually practice it. This will allow you to be familiar with it. You can take rest at any time. Remember that this practice should feel good. Thank you for taking time out to do something to honor your own body, mind, and spirit. Namaste.
Hi, my name is Dr. Sarah Eads, and this is Yoga for Chronic Low Back Pain. This class is designed to allow you to do as much or as little as you care to do. There will be two models in this yoga class that allow you to do a little or allow you to do a bit more. That being said, as you go through, you can choose to do some of the postures or not any of them at all. The only thing you have to do is breathe. So take your time, do the best you can, and enjoy your practice. When you're ready, come up to the top of your mat. You can close your eyes at this point, and you're going to start with normal resting breath. Pay attention to the quality of your breath, noticing if the air is cool or warm. Maybe you're breathing fast or slow. Don't judge these things as good or bad, just begin to notice. Before this point, the breath was being controlled by your own body. But now that you've brought it to your conscious awareness, you are now in control of the inhale and the exhale. So at this moment, you can begin to deepen your breath, expanding the rib cage on the inhale, and as you exhale, squeezing the air out as your rib cage begins to close. In this practice, we use a breathing known as Ujjayi breath. This is a sounding breath that we begin to make a hugging of the back of the throat. It's much like whispering, but with the mouth closed. This allows the muscles of breathing or respiration to do a greater job and increase the oxygenation of our bodies. This breathing also gives our brain something to listen to. So that may create the relaxation response. This breathing is going to be continuous throughout your entire practice. So again, begin to deepen the breath, make a sounding inhale and exhale. If you find yourself holding the breath, you are doing too much and should take rest. Taking rest at any time can be done by standing and breathing or moving into a child's pose. Let's bring your hands to heart center. And as your hands rest on your chest, you might feel your inhale expanding. And your exhale, your hands might move back towards your chest. Just kind of feel what it feels like to have the rib cage moving just a little bit more than it normally does. Set an intention to honor your body and to pay attention to your breath. The only thing you have to do is breathe. On your next inhale, allow your eyes to slowly open and relax your hands down by your side as you exhale. We're going to begin with our modified sun salutation. On the inhale, take the arms up. And on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to do this 3 breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Adding some knee movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to thighs as you bend your knees. Inhale, extend, open your chest. And exhale, round. 2 more just like that. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, strong through the legs, push up, reach overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to thighs. Inhale, extend, open. And exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, strong through the legs, push all the way up, reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. Adding a little bit more this time. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and bring your hands to your thighs once again. Inhale, extend, open your heart. Exhale, hands are going to come down to the mat. We're going to walk back into a downward facing dog. You might separate your feet a little bit to walk back. Anchor the palms firm, spread the fingers wide. Press the hips to the back of the room and allow the head to relax all the way down. Pull the shoulders down towards the pelvis. Push the floor away. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Inhale, look forward. Take as many steps as you need to walk the feet towards the hands and maybe walk the hands towards the feet. As you exhale, you might let your head relax all the way down. Inhale, bring your hands to your thighs and open the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, sweep all the way up, reach. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Walk back up to the top of your mat if you lost your position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to thighs. Inhale, extend, open the chest. Exhale, hands are going to come down and we're going to walk back as many steps as it takes to walk the feet back into downward facing dog. Anchor the hands long through the spine. Allow the head to relax. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Some of us will keep our knees gently bent if this is a little rough on the hamstrings. And 5. Inhale, look forward. Walk your feet towards the hands as many steps as it takes. Exhale, head down. Inhale, bring the hands to the thighs. Open the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, sweep all the way up, reach. And exhale, adding a little bit more on this next round. You'll decide how much to do or do the exact same one you did a second ago. Inhale, arms up. Gently bend the knees. We're going to make it all the way to the floor this time. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins and open your chest once again. Exhale, palms flat. We're going to walk back. Some of us are going to a full high plank and some of us will place our knees down into half plank and hold. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, elbows are going to brush the rib cage as we lower all the way down. Inhale, point the toes. Some of us will move into upward facing dog, and some of us will squeeze shoulder blades and hover the chest into cobra. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, and press back into downward facing dog. Take your time. And we'll take another 5 breaths right here in downward facing dog. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. Breathe 5. Inhale, look forward. As many steps as it takes, walk the hands and the feet towards one another. And then exhale, head down. Inhale, strong through your legs. Push all the way up and reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now we'll begin the standing posture. So once again, let's walk to the front, but you might grab your block so that you can reach the floor a little bit easier. This is going to be our standing forward bend. Don't forget to bend your knees as you pick up your blocks to move them into position. Once your blocks are in position, you may choose to use them or not. We're going to inhale, hands to our hips, extend and open the heart, and then exhale, unlock the knees and place the fingers or hands on the blocks or onto the floor. We can keep our knees bent. We're going to think about placing our torso along our thighs and keeping a somewhat of a long spine. Once you find your position, find your breath. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, bring the hands back to the thighs. Exhale, round. Inhale, strong through your legs. Push all the way up, reach overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. If you have blocks, you might move them off to the side for this next posture as we get ready for triangle pose. We're going to turn to the left. And we're going to start on the right side by turning our right foot out. And our back foot's going to turn in just a little. Anchor the outside edge of that left foot towards the floor to create somewhat of a muscular arch of the foot. You might even lift the toes on the front foot to lift the arch as well. Allow the toes to relax. Inhale, we're going to take the arms up. And exhale, we're going to sideways bend and place our right hand on our thigh or maybe very close to our hip. It doesn't matter how low. Bring the left hand to the chest and we're going to open our heart as we rotate back and behind us. Some of us will go a little lower into this position, keeping an open heart, and some of us will hold right here. You can keep your hand on your chest or you might reach that left hand skyward. And we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Breathe 1. You can look up to the hand or you can look down to the foot. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, strong to the legs. Push all the way up and we're going to begin to reverse the feet. Left foot turns out, right foot turns in just a little. Anchor the outside edge of that right foot towards the floor. You might lift the toes to see if you can lift the arches once again and then relax the toes down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to sideways bend to the left, placing our left hand on our thigh or shin and right hand's going to come to the chest once again. Open the heart and rotate back and away towards the right. Some of us will stay right here. And some of us will go a little deeper into this posture and maybe reach that right arm skyward. That's optional. Looking up to the hand or down to the foot. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. 4. 5. Core abdominals on as we strong through the legs. Push all the way up. Exhale, hands to waist, step the feet together. All right, we're going to make our way back to the top of our mat, placing 2 blocks on either side of our front foot at the front of the mat. Once we have both of our blocks in position, some of us may choose to use a couple of extra blocks if our hamstrings are feeling a little bit tighter. Once our blocks are in position, we're going to place our right foot in between the blocks and step our left foot back. Square your pelvis towards the front of the mat. And some of us actually may place our hands on our hips and bring our pubic bone up towards our rib cage just a little. And then relax out of that position. As you bend forward, you may actually place your hands down onto your blocks. See if you can open your heart forward and lengthen your spine. If this still feels like too much on your hamstrings, you may bend the front knee just a little. Some of us will stay right here, holding, breathing, and some of us may hinge at the waist to create a little bit more forward bend. Do keep a long spine as you move through this posture, and we'll breathe 5 breaths. Head and neck in neutral, eyes are looking right to the floor. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. 4, 5. Some of us are going to stay right here, and some of us will cascade over and let the body relax down. 5 more breaths in this position. Breathe. 1, 2. Can you engage the quad of that right side? 4, 5. Inhale once again, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hold. Inhale, bend into the front knee. And strong through your legs, push all the way up. Take your time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to waist. Shift your body weight forward as you step the back foot in about halfway and the front foot comes to meet it. Let's take our left foot forward and repeat the same thing on the other side for our pyramid pose. So left foot goes forward, right foot steps back. Square the pelvis towards the front of your mat. Inhale. And exhale, hinge at the waist as you place your hands down onto your blocks. Once again, inhale, lengthen the spine. Some of us will bend the front knee or not. And exhale, you might hinge a little bit more into this as long as you can keep a long spine. Left hip pulls back as the right hip pulls forward, and we find our breath. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of us will stay right here and some of us will cascade over, allowing some rounding to happen. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, extend the spine, open the heart once again. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhale, strong through your legs, push all the way up, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, shift your body weight forward and step the back foot halfway in. Front foot comes to meet it as you exhale. Now we'll be moving into revolved triangle. You might decide to stack the blocks up on the left side a little bit higher, or not. We're going to take our right foot forward, and we're going to step our left foot back. The legs look the same as the last posture. Inhale, hands on your waist. Exhale, you're going to hinge forward and go ahead and place your hands down onto your blocks or your single stack of blocks. Once that left hand is down on the block, bring your right hand to your chest. Inhale, open your heart forward. And some of us are going to begin to rotate towards the right side of our mat. So open the heart towards the right side if you care to. From here, you may stay with the hand on the waist, or some of us are going to reach our right arm skyward. This is revolved triangle. Anchor the outside edge of that back foot and breathe. 1, 2. As you're breathing here, you might decide to go a little bit more into it and rotate towards the right side of your mat. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bring the body back center. Some of us will bring both hands back down. And we're going to bend into our front knee once again. Exhale, strong through your legs. Push all the way up, reach. Take your time. Inhale, hands to waist. Exhale, shift your body weight forward and step the back foot in. Let's switch the blocks to the other side if you need to. And we're going to bring our left foot forward and our right foot back. From this position, square the pelvis forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, and exhale, bring your hands down onto your block. So the right hand's going to come down. Left hand's going to come to your chest. Open the heart forward to begin with, and then rotate towards the left side of your mat if you care to. Some of us will keep our hand on our chest, and some of us will reach that left hand skyward. This is optional. Breathe. 1. Breathe. 2. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking back down. Bring the hands down. Bend into the front knee. Inhale. And exhale, strong through your legs. Push all the way up. Reach overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to the waist. Inhale, shift your body weight forward and step the back foot in. At this time, you might choose to put your blocks over to the right side of your mat as we get ready for the next posture. Next, we'll be moving into Warrior Two. We're going to turn to the left again and spread our feet apart. Right foot's going to turn out and the left foot's going to stay facing forward. As you inhale, you're going to begin bending into your right knee. Ensure that your foot is straight ahead and the right knee is opening towards your little toe on the left. From here, inhale, bring your left hand to your chest. Encourage your right knee open as your left shoulder opens towards the back of your mat. If that feels okay, inhale, take the arms up out to the side. Palms reflecting the floor, shoulders back and down, and we're going to look over the middle finger of our right hand and breathe 5 breaths. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, bring the hands to the waist. Exhale, straighten that right knee. We're going to take it over to the other side. So the left foot's going to turn out. Right foot's going to face forward, and we're going to bend into that left knee. Again, ensure the left knee is opening towards the little toe. Resting your left hand on your thigh, bring your right hand to your chest. Encourage that left knee open as your right shoulder opens towards the back of the mat. If that feels okay, inhale, take the arms up. Palms reflecting the floor, shoulders pulling down towards the pelvis. And we're going to look over the middle finger of our left hand. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. This is Warrior 2. 4. 5. Inhale, bring the hands to the waist. Exhale, straighten the front thigh. And we're going to once again take it over towards the right side for extended side angle. At this time, if you need to step your legs together for a moment to take a short break, you may. And then when you're ready, move your legs back apart and get ready for extended side angle. Right foot turns out. Left foot faces forward. We may choose to get a tiny bit wider on this particular one. Anchor the outside edge of that back foot. Arches lifted. Bend into your front knee just like Warrior 2. Some of us are going to keep our right hand on our thigh and again bring our left hand to our chest. Very familiar of our last exercise. Open that left shoulder towards the back of the mat as the right knee opens. Some of us are going to go a little deeper into this and place our right forearm down as we sink that left pelvis towards the floor. Not hanging in the posture, but being very active. If that feels good, you can keep your hand on your chest or take the arm up and over. Optional. This is extended side angle. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. If this is feeling okay, you might get a little bit wider and let the hips drop a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Inhale, strong through your legs. Push all the way up. Exhale, let's take it over to the other side. Left foot turns out, right foot faces forward. And once again, we're going to bend into our left knee. Left hand might stay on the thigh as the right hand comes to the chest, and we're going to open the heart towards the back side of our mat as we encourage the left knee open. Some of us will stay in this position, and some of us will go a little lower as we bring our left forearm to our thigh, sinking that right pelvis towards the floor, opening the heart, and some of us will take our hand up and over into full extended side angle. Find your breath and breathe 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale strong through the legs, push all the way up. Exhale, hands to waist. Begin to step the feet back together and come back up to the top of your mat. Coming up to the top of your mat, we are now going to begin talking about single leg balance. And this is an excellent time to introduce the bandhas in yoga, or our abdominal locks. We have Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor lift, and we have Uddiyana Bandha, our upper abdominal lock. To find Uddiyana Bandha, you may, on your next exhale, feel yourself pressing all the air out and finding Uddiyana Bandha. On the next inhale, expand the rib cage, You might even place your hands on the rib cage to check in, and as you exhale, squeeze the air out and find Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, squeeze Uddiyana Bandha. See if you can hold a light Uddiyana Bandha on your next inhale. And as you exhale, reinforce. And you can keep this going through the rest of our standing posture. Second, we'll talk about Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor lift, the muscles that surround the area around the perineum. You're going to think up and in around those muscles on your next exhale, just like you did for Uddiyana Bandha. See if you can keep a light engagement throughout the rest of our practice of both of these muscles, using your exhale to reinforce. Standing on your right foot, bring your left foot up to the ball of your foot. Keeping the feet on the ground, lift just the right toes to create that muscular arch action. See if you can maintain this through the rest of the balancing posture. Go ahead and set your right toes back down. Some of us will bring our hands to heart center and focus the eyes on something that's not moving. You can stay right here, finding your breath, engaging your glute. And some of us are going to lift the left toes off the floor. This is optional. Hold, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slow lower all the way back down. Shifting your weight over to the left. Left foot is down, right foot comes up onto the tiptoes. Once again, engage the arch by lifting the left toes up. See if you can maintain this muscular arch and then set the toes back down. Once you're ready, focus the eyes, find your breath. Lift the the right toes off the floor. Inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Slow lower all the way down. We're going to begin to make our way down onto our stomachs. So when you're ready, bring your legs out to the side in a side sitting position. And then bring your hands forward and move yourself onto hands and knees. From this position, you might walk your knees back behind you and slowly lower your body down onto the floor until you've made it down onto your abdomen. Once you're there, place your hands underneath your forehead. Relax your legs out behind you and rest all the way down. In this position, we are encouraging a light extension of the spine. We're going to use our breath to accentuate this posture without overstraining. So again, back to the Ujjayi breath, the sounding breath, making a hugging at the back of your throat. We'll take 5 breaths here. Inhale, expand the rib cage. And exhale, deepen the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. For those of you following along at home, you may choose to stay in this posture for the next 5 breaths. Here, we're going to take our hands and place them right alongside our rib cage with our elbows up towards the ceiling. For those of us who would like to just practice this position, we may keep our head resting on the mat, and we're going to begin by squeezing our shoulder blades towards midline. From this position, with your hands pressing firm onto the mat, you might pull your spine long. This is not something that you may see on this video, but they are pulling themselves long across their mat to create movement at their spine. If you feel ready at this time, you might choose to continue to look straight down at the floor and hover your chest off of the mat, and we're going to hold this position for 5 breaths. This is locust posture or Shalabhasana. Breathe 1, Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Slow lower, placing your hands back underneath your forehead. At this time, it might feel good to rock your hips side to side as you continue to breathe. Feeling a little tension in your lower back is a completely normal response and should be relieved as you lie here and move your hips side to side. When you're ready, we're going to make our way back into a sitting position. Some of us are just going to press back into hands and knees, and some of us are going to roll to our side. Once you're rolled to your side, you're going to make your way into a sitting position. If you're on hands and knees, legs can go out to the side, and you can slowly come down. Now we will move into Janu Shirshasana A. Bring your right knee out to the side as your left leg stays straight ahead. Some of us are going to place our hands behind us, pushing our spines long. And some of us will actually grab our straps and wrap our strap around our left foot. Whichever one you choose, see if you can really pull your spine long and open the chest forward. Some of us will stay right here, engaging that left quad or front of the thigh muscle. And some of us will hinge at the waist, keeping a long spine, feeling a gentle hamstring stretch. Once in position, find your breath. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, release, and let's switch over to the other side, allowing the left knee to move out to the side and the right leg to stretch out across the floor. Bring in your strap around that right foot or bring in your hands behind you. We will both push our spines long. Engage the right quadricep muscle or front of the thigh muscle. And then when you're ready, if you care to, hinge at the waist and find your breath. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Another opportunity to find our bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, upper abdominal lock, and our pelvic floor lift. One more breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release, and we're going to move into our bound angle posture. Some of us will grab our blankets, and some of us will stay on the floor as we bring the soles of our feet together and our knees out to the side. Sitting upon your blanket allows the spine to be just a little bit longer and make it a little easier to find this stretch. Once in position, we'll both take our hands back behind us and push our spine long. Squeeze shoulder blades and open the heart. You might stay in this position, or you might walk your hands a little closer and hinge at the waist. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. 4. 5. Next, we'll bring our hands to our shins or ankles, and some of us will choose to cascade over and allow the spine to round just a little. Don't be afraid to allow the spine to do some rounding, but go there by finding your breath. You might encourage your knees towards the floor by engaging your glute muscles the best you can. 3 more breaths. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Inhale, strong through your body. Push yourself all the way back up and exhale. If you're on a blanket, make your way off of the blanket and set it off to the side. Next, we'll be moving into our Marichasana C posture. Bringing the right leg straight out across the floor, bring the left knee up towards the ceiling and place the foot flat on the mat. Some of us will keep our left foot a little farther away from us, and some of us will bring the left foot a little closer towards our glute. Whichever you choose, keep the foot about a hand distance away from the thigh or shin. Once you have this position, bring your right hand back behind you and place your hand flat onto the mat. Spine's long. Next, we're going to bring our left hand back behind us and push our spine long with both hands. Maybe this is where you stay today, and maybe you take your right hand across to that left knee or shin. Pull your spine long. If you're going to stay with both hands back behind you, walk your hands both over towards the right side of your body and rotate to look over your left shoulder. And then some of us will actually rotate by using the right hand on the shin and maybe look over the left shoulder as we get into position. Breathe 1. Energy out through your right heel. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, we'll look back forward. Exhale, release our hands and stretch that left leg back out across the floor. Bring the right knee up to the ceiling this time. Once again, checking to make sure there's a hand distance between the foot and shin or thigh. Let's bring the left hand back and also the right hand back as we did in the first posture. Open the heart towards the ceiling. Some of us are going to walk both hands over to the left side again as we create a small rotation towards the right. And some of us are going to keep that right hand back and bring our left hand to our knee or shin. Pull the spine long, whichever you choose, and maybe rotate just a little more to the right as you look over your right shoulder. Energy out through your left heel, and we're going to breathe 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Inhale, look back center. Exhale, release the hands and stretch the legs out across the floor again. We're going to prepare to move down onto the mat. You might scoot your body forward to the middle of the mat so you have a little room and bend both knees. Option 1 is to roll over to your side and make your way down onto the floor. Option number 2 is to slowly lower your body one vertebra at a time onto the mat. You can use your hands to hold on, or you might even just reach and lower yourself down. Once you're all the way down, some of us are going to hug the right knee into the chest and keep the left knee bent, and others are going to keep the left knee straight. Do what honors your body and pay attention to the breath. Remember, if you're holding your breath, you're doing too much. Let's hold in this position for 5 breaths. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. And 5. If you have your strap near you, go ahead and grab onto your strap, and you're going to wrap the strap around the ball of your right foot. Getting ready for Supta Padangusthasana. Begin to stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling. If the hamstrings are a little tight, you might move that right foot down and away from you, but do try to make the right knee as straight as it can be. You can keep your left knee straight along the floor or bent. This is your option. Engage the right quad or thigh muscle and find your breath. Breathe 1. Lengthen the back of the neck. 2. 3. 4. And 5. At this time, you're going to take both ends of the strap and place them in the right hand. Anchor the left hip towards the floor by placing your left hand on the hip. You do not have to go very far out to the side to find this stretch, but do the best you can and slowly allow the right foot to go out to the side towards the floor, but continue to keep the left hip anchored onto the mat. And we'll breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, turn on the core abdominals and pull the leg back center. And let's take it over to the other side, but we're going to release the strap and hug the left knee in towards our chest. So the strap comes off of the right foot, the foot comes down to the floor, and we're going to bring that left knee into our chest. Some of us will keep the right knee bent, and others will stretch that right leg out across the floor, energy through the right heel. We're going to take 5 breaths in this position, again checking in with the head and neck, making sure we have long neck or chin just gently down towards the chest. Breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this time, we're going to grab our straps again and wrap the strap around the ball of our left foot. Once the strap is around the ball of your left foot, extend that left knee up towards the ceiling. You can keep your right knee bent, or you may choose to straighten out the leg across the floor. Again, straighten the left knee as much as possible, and if the left leg has to move away from you to do so, that's okay. Find your breath, engage your left quad muscle, and breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take both ends of the strap at this time into the left hand. Place your right hand on the hip as you anchor that right hip to the floor, and slowly allow the left leg to move out to the side. Once you find position, breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turning on Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, bring your leg back center. And exhale, bend your knee and release the strap. At this time, we're going to bend both knees and place both feet flat on the mat. Allow your strap to move off to the side. Bring both hands down by the side of your body. We're going to prepare ourselves for bridge posture. Spread the fingers wide and anchor the palms down onto the mat as if someone were going to come by and try to lift your hands from the floor. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart and anchor the feet down onto the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards midline and lengthen the back of your neck once again. Some of us are just going to hold this position and press very firmly down onto the mat, engaging the entire backside body. And some of us are going to begin peeling the hips up off the floor and lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Once you make your way up towards the ceiling, see if you can engage your glutes, your muscles of your bottom. If you are having any back discomfort at this time, it may be a cue that you're overusing the muscles of the back. Can you bring your pubic bone towards your rib cage just a little? If that does not change it, you may need to lower back down and take some time working on pressing the backside body into the mat. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. And 5. Slow lower all the way down if you're not already there. At this time, we're going to encourage some rotation. Some of us are going to keep both feet flat on the mat and allow the knees to fall gently over towards the right. And some of us are going to hug just the left knee in towards the chest and stretch the right leg across the floor. Keeping your right hand on your shin, bring your left hand to the floor and allow the left leg to go across the body as much as it cares to. Finding your breath. Let's breathe 5 breaths here. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. 5. Finding our core abdominals, we're going to bring our bodies back to the midline and prepare for the other side as you exhale. So some of us are going to begin to switch legs. Right knee comes in, left leg stretches out. Others are going to just let the feet come close together and let the knees fall off to the side. If the right knee is into the chest, you're going to hold on with your left hand, bring your right hand to the floor, and cross the body once again. Decide how much honors you. Breathe 1. Breathe 2. 3. 4. 5. Engaging Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, bring the body back to the center. Bend both knees if they're not already there and place both feet down onto the mat. Now begins our closing sequence. We're going to begin moving into our modified shoulder stand. When you're ready, you're going to roll and grab your blanket and bring it back towards you. Once you have your blanket, bring it right next to your hips, and you're going to lift your hips up and slide the blanket underneath your hips. Once the blanket is underneath your hips, bring your knees up towards your chest, one at a time. You might choose to stay in this position, or you might slowly begin to extend the legs up towards the ceiling. You can have both legs straight, or you might keep them mildly bent, but you can bring them up just a little bit. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your knees are not already into your chest, go ahead and let the knees come back in. And you're going to put one foot down and then the other. Once the feet are down onto the mat, lift your hips up and slide the blanket off to the side. Cross your ankles and allow the knees to fall off to the side as if sitting in a cross-legged position but lying down. Bring the hands to the back of the thighs and hold on to your thighs. This is our Matsyasana pose. Press the back of the head into the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades, and press the rib cage up towards the ceiling, making a some arch in the lower back. Once you're here, find your breath, breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pressing through the elbows, allow your body to come back down onto the mat. And once again, hug the knees into the chest. And let's make circles clockwise for a few rotations, and then counterclockwise for a few rotations. Any tension created by the extension in the last pose can be released in this position. Take as much time as you need here. And then when you're ready, we're going to begin moving towards Shavasana, or our resting position that closes our class. So from here, you may choose to grab your blankets again, or not, and place them underneath your knees. If you choose to rest in Shavasana with something under your legs, you may do so. Otherwise, you're going to stretch the legs out across the floor. Allow the hands to rest out to the side, palms up, or you may rest your hands on your abdomen. Your choice. Allow your eyes to close. And begin to slowly let go of the deep breathing, or what we've been calling Ujjayi breath. And make your way back towards normal resting breath. Set an intention at this time to stay in this space and watch the rise and fall of the chest. Allow any expression at your forehead or face to fall away. Jaw relaxing, teeth gently separated, opening across the collarbones. Shoulders feeling heavy down onto the mat. And any tension that may have been remaining in your lower back is slowly melting away as you watch the breath gently massage your spine, inhaling and exhaling. Hips are heavy, legs are supported, and any tension that remains is going to drain right out of your heels. For the next few moments, relax in this position. Imagine a time where you did not have back pain, or where you were not concerned with your mobility. What did it feel like? Recognize that this can be you again. All it takes is focus on the inhale and exhale and allowing your body to do the best it can. For the next few moments, focus your attention on the breath and the power you have to heal your own body. Gently begin to bring yourself back to the space, moving fingers and toes. If it feels good, take a deep inhale and stretch the arms overhead. And as you exhale, let everything go. Bend one knee and then the other, and roll over onto your side. And then in your own time, begin pushing up into a seated position, sitting with spines long. You may choose to sit upon your blankets. Once on your blanket, cross the legs and let the hands rest on the thighs. your eyes to stay closed for just a few more breaths. Grateful for this opportunity to move and breathe, we end with one Om. Choosing to chant Om is optional. You can listen, or you can join in, or maybe just hum. Inhale. At this time, we're going to begin our meditation or concentration session. You are permitted to sit on the floor, or if it honors your body, you may also move into a chair, as long as you are in a supported position. So at this time, if you choose, you may come up off your mat and go grab a chair or something to sit on. Once in position, you may close your eyes and rest your hands wherever you care to, maybe on your thighs. Maybe you might rest your hand one on top of the other. And then begin to watch your normal resting breath. This is a little different than our practice. We will no longer be using the Ujjayi breath or the sounding breath. We're going to be focused on watching our regular normal inhale and exhale. When you begin this practice, you may start with 5 minutes. That is how long we will be practicing today. In the future, you may choose to extend it to a longer time period. Begin to listen and pay attention to a sound that is the farthest away from you. Maybe it's a bird or the traffic on the street. And then bring your attention into your room. Maybe you can hear somebody moving about the house. Maybe the air conditioning is on. And then bring your attention inward. Can you feel or hear your heartbeat? Can you watch the air as it moves past the front of the nose and as it makes its way out? Become an observer of your breath instead of in control of it. You may begin to say to yourself, inhale on the inhale and exhale on the exhale. Just say this word over and over. Inhale, exhale. You may find yourself having a thought. Don't judge this as good as bad, it's just going to happen. And when it does, say to yourself, thinking, and back to inhale and exhale. We'll be here for the next few moments, and I will bring you back when it's time. Slowly bring your awareness back to the space. If you care to, you may take your hands, place them together, and begin rubbing the hands together. Rub the hands together, create a little heat, and then cup them over your eyes. When you're ready, slowly bring the hands down slowly and allow the light to come back in as you open your eyes and complete your concentration or meditation practice. Thank you for practicing with us today. For more videos like this, you may visit www.nydiasyogatherapy.com.